Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the Dota 2 Championship League. I'm your host for your English live stream, TobiWan. After what was about an hour break while the Dota 2 network decided to basically, well, shut itself, we are now here to go into game number 3 of our best of 5. It is the semi-final of the single elimination bracket. This is the way the playoffs are done for the Dota 2 Champions League, with a large amount of prize money up for grabs. The exact money, not actually known just yet, but we will find out for you and give you the info as soon as possible. But for now, let's give you the info on the draft. So over we go into the draft. We head, and it will be Team Liquid this time over on the Radiant side, and we will have over on our Dire side Team Alliance. Alliance led by the captain, Mon Capitan S4 will be taking up that role for that, and then we'll have TC doing the draft for Team Liquid as always as well. And well, at this point, Team Liquid, they're in a rough spot. We're already 2 games down for Team Liquid. Alliance looking pretty damn strong. Liquid, they kind of got themselves as close to the title as they were going to during that second game, when we ended up going into this almost a base trade. But the problem is when they just lost they lost all racks and got mega creeps. They really held on for a very long time, winning some big fights up against Alliance. When Alliance tried to push him through the top lane, was very unsuccessful. And that time around, in fact, gave more kills, and then the buyback wasted by S4. And then down the bottom lane too, when then Alliance tried to do this whole split push because they had the range creeps on the top. Then they tried that, it didn't really work out as well. So Alliance definitely not having a smooth transition through the last game, stretching to almost an hour in long duration, which is a bloody long time. But we're going again now. Team Liquid will not get the clockwork this time around. For the first time, we'll get into the hands of Team Alliance, and we'll have Venomancer and Mirana being the 2 pickups here from Team Liquid. So expect Bane ban out in the second set here by Alliance. But for now, though, I'm interested to see how they want to couple up with the clockwork. Like, do we want to look at just picking up the Visage? Do we think about getting that Chen already up as well for Arke? And we just go for, like, stable, strong, farming style lineup? Or do they get a little bit more defensive? They're actually going to pick up the Bane themselves here in this game, which is a little bit of a surprise to me. I really didn't think they would want to go something along those lines, because you've already got your initiation coming in from Clockwork, and the level of control that comes from his cogs is already rather substantial. To throw a Bane on top of that is just kind of a little bit of overkill. But at the same time, with Bane nightmaring into a Cogs battery assault, you could be looking at a potential dual lane coming out from Alliance. And they're going to ban out the Storm Spirit as well. I suppose it's also on the other hand, do you really want to be using one of your 2 bans to ban out a support hero? Like, it's worth it when you're going up against like a Mirana and possibility of the Bane combination. Like, it's worth it, but maybe you want to focus more of your bans. And in this case, we're going to be removing out the Storm Spirit. Saw him in game number 1, being played up by Koitfa. Was not as effective as I know Liquid really hoped it would be. I also got a little bit of insight coming out from Loda in between the games, asking about the Satanic. The initial thing was he just basically wanted to be the tanky kind of guy that no one would kill. And he said he had options about what he could build into as well, because presumably S4 called out the fact that he would build the Assault Cuirass. And then it was S4 ended up not getting it and switched to Shiva's Guard, and then they're like, oh, okay, Admiral Bulldog then said, I will build the AC. And then he didn't build the AC, he built Mana Style instead. So we got to the last point when there was 8,000 gold, and Loda didn't have time to build the Assault Cuirass because Alliance was pushing down the middle. So yeah, that was the thing when he had like the 8,000 gold. He was looking to sell his Aghanim Scepter and buy up the Assault Cuirass for the team. So a little bit of miscommunication or mistimings coming out from Alliance, these small little things, but it could be worse. It could be worse. Clinks as well as Storm Spirit will be the 2 bans out here from S4. So just banning out what they've played in the past. Obviously, Searing Arrows is bloody strong. But then Weaver as well as Gyro's taken out. So I'm kind of happy. Gyro's been taken out. We get the Champ pick up here as well, which means Team Liquid, they could just run a dual lane off lane right now. I'm really hoping to see it like a combination with this Bane. Like, what is Alliance's plan with this Bane selection? I just want to know what their combo is, because normally it's like a nightmare to set up for something or other. Do we see again, like,
10 seconds
almost want to call out the OD as a possibility here for Bulba for the middle lane. Alliance could also take it back the other way. I know I was also asking Alliance guys to play a couple of different heroes because I just believe in some really, really awesome strats, which they're still not quite sure about. I know S4 said in a recent interview at DreamHack that they're still not 100% sure about this patch and getting used to it all. The feeling of it is very, very diverse. And that's the beautiful thing about this Dota patch. It's not like we turn up and I must pick this because they picked this. Like Livestealer, featured so much over the weekend, and so far today hasn't even been touched.
Team Liquid's turn
And maybe that's the other reason for picking up the Bane. The Enchantress pickup now comes. We've already got one big slow, and also very early options for Roshan now. If there is going to be what I feel it's going to be, which is a Livestealer, I didn't see him before. You take out the Gyro, you take out the Weaver, like you're taking out some key heroes of Loader. The other option is we could just look to like the full-on late game, and that'll be looking towards heroes like the Anti-Mage, depending on the lineup that comes from Team Liquid as well. I don't know if Alliance will want to play with Danger, but they could if they want to look down the lines of the SF. So bring the Shadow Fiend into the pool.
Reserve time.
And that would give us the final heroes from both S4 as well as from Loader. That's assuming that Admiral Bulldog will be taking up the clockwork. With the Bane as well as the Enchantress going up against a Chen, it's going to be an interesting lane to see if you are capable of... I would say contesting. Contesting is... No, it's not the word. Running aggressive... Yeah, no, contesting is the word. Contesting the Radiant side jungle. I'm wondering if that's what Alliance is thinking about. Because you got a lot of control that comes out from both Bane as well as the Enchantress. Be it through the enchant, the creeps who are enchanted, or Bane himself with Nightmares and then the burst damage for the Brain Sap. You get another hero with even a slight level of burst damage or can capitalize on that space, then yeah, go to town.
Alliance's turn to pick.
Oh, that Beastmaster from Liquid. That's almost baiting S4 to play that clockwork now. Like, then you can give Admiral Bulldog something like a Windrunner. OD. Okay. OD's 3 for 3. He's going to be 3 for 3 tonight, and Beastmaster is going to hate this. Absolutely hate this. He's going to be loving the fact that his abilities were changed around, so now we can summon separately the Call of the Wild for the Greater Boar, because that's 40 mana, and then the Hawk is also 40 mana. So he's capable of at least using one ability.
5 seconds remaining.
Using beyond that, though, to get some actors off, that's going to be a little bit more difficult if OD's got some space to move. And that's also one of those things which I know I was harping about when I was casting with the Dream League boys. There's a Livestealer ban. Yeah, that I was casting with the Dream League boys, and I kept on saying like one of the key things that comes out from any team for any mid solo, it's the rotation of either the Chen or the Enchantress. It normally comes at around the 2:30 mark for Chen. With Enchantress, you can do it a little bit earlier because of your enchant ability. You can do it at 1 minute 30. So you basically cut 1 minute off the ganking at the mid time. And heroes like Beastmaster will be toast if that happens.
Reserve time.
It's almost worth Enchantress picking up one of the speed aura creeps so Bane can get herself in there, and then you can follow up with like the Centaur stun or the Troll trap or something like that. But you've also got the OD imprisonment, which helps up for the setup for the gank in the mid. That's all these things that come in, and the ganking into the mid is one of the critical things. It always is. Mid solo gets absolutely nowhere without the support of his teammates. It really is just that simple. They need help. Beastmaster is one of these guys that can be looked at from a different light, though, because you can get your range axes, so you can farm up in that regard. And then when you rotate, and you're the key rotator because you bring in the raw. But you need to find your level 6 before that. So your supports have to make sure you hit level 6, and then Beastmaster rotates and then helps out. Normally, the carry lane, you get rid of the off laner first, because obviously rotating up towards the safe lane is a lot more difficult unless you go with extra support. And that means both Chen and Venomancer both have to head up north, in this case for Team Liquid, to have that extra support.
Tinker.
Alliance's turn to pick.
Wow, Bulba. There's also a quote for Hero. It's a quote for Bulba Hero. These guys overlap on so many of their signature heroes. Viper was the last ban out, so they still thought they were looking for a different mid-solo. So Beastmaster to go the off lane, which is more than likely going to be the case. And then Tinker up against an OD. A rather unusual pickup, but also a hero which can get the upper hand in the early stages up against the Outworld Devourer. And I say that because you still have, like, the laser level 1 is 100% miss chance on all attacks. That's the beauty of the Tinker. You can basically win on CS in the early stages. The downside is in the later stages, Tinker is going to get absolutely royally screwed. Once OD gets the 4-star up, Tinker tries to BT or rearm. It can be interrupted very, very easily with the Astral Imprisonment. If that happens, then Clockwork can jump in. Bane's also got a lot of controls as well. And Tinker is one of those heroes that if you have both Bane and Enchantress going to be there with an OD Imprisonment setup, then you will be losing the Tinker in the middle lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Alchemist will be the last pick up here from Alliance. So Loader gets his hard farmer, and that wraps up our lineup. Everything looks to be in order here as far as heroes, apart from maybe a small change up here. So Tinker, I was already talking about his problem that would be happening in the middle lane. They're gonna make Bulba rough it. So Bulba is gonna be the man who has to go the middle lane solo. Of course, we do know Liquid do switch up their lanes a little bit, and I kind of thought the Bulba would be going to the off lane, because there's no way Liquid can run an aggressive tri-lane. With the Venomance and Mirana and Chen, it's just not possible. The Nightmare's going to cause too many problems. And Chen, he's not as effective in the early stages of the game as an Enchantress is. So it will be kind of a crazy lane for Liquid to try and run on that. So, yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
I am looking to see Liquid run a safe lane. But this also means like maybe they can just push TC towards the top lane. Like Venomancer and Mirana was always the first. Like I mentioned it when the heroes got picked up. That'll be a really good dual lane to try and run. And then you could be looking towards your other lane. So Kuiper's going to be the bottom lane. We're going rushed, well, what I assume to be bottle on that bottom lane. If it's a rush Soul Ring, I would expect him to have the recipe and he'd try and build it in from this little shop on the side. But they're definitely going to run Tinker on the bottom lane. It's going to be supported by Fluff and stuff, which means middle lane, we have Bulba sitting there ready to go. He is definitely rushing bottle and very, very artistically placed in his inventory. Way Too Sexy will be the Chem. There's that smoke we're talking about to go aggressive. And then TC will be the off-lane Mirana. So they're assuming that off-lane Mirana will be by herself. Loader is completely pimped to the max. He's wearing the Alliance set. Maybe this is one of the reasons why they picked up the Alchemist.
30 seconds.
He's watched 27 games of his own. Oh, you are so self-centered, Loader. You're so self-centered. But he's wearing the full set. But there's a gap in that set. Whoop, Nightmare. Admiral Bulldog. He's going to cog him in and just keep him there. So EGM can right-click it. Alchemist, Concoction's on the way in. First blood spill. Way too stab. Bane will take the first blood here as well, so he gets the look at the swords. It's like a beautiful, beautiful... Is it called a butterfly set? Tell me it's a butterfly set. Because that looks like a butterfly on his back. Either way, first blood spill. Bane gets boots. And Bane's down here with Admiral Bulldog. So we've got aggressive warding already been placed out. So the first blood going down, they get the nice little magic bush ward, which is going to block up this camp and block up this camp. Luckily, though, Fluff and stuff comes in. Sentry wards will go down. Downside for him, though, is if Bane hugs around this corner, I think it's thinking about it, but then he realizes it's not going to be the best choice. The harder camps are blocked out, so Way Too doesn't have a creep to play with here. So up on the top lane, Loader has now arrived. Already passed the part of the first kill on the bottom lane, so he's already been, well, he'll already be very happy with this one. RK is going to be present on this top lane. A Wild Wing already. So Tornado going to go against TC here. That's just going to be a pain in the butt. That's if RK wants to do it. Looks like he's going to use it to farm up a little bit more before he'll send it into the lane to put up the Tornado. But now Lotus is going to be looking for solo experience with the Enchantress just nearby in case, while EGM is rotating around. He doesn't have any wards on him as this Bane. He's just coming over to check out the camps and maybe a setup for the middle lane, S4. I suppose if you go Imprisonment, it's not really enough. They need the Brain Sap nuke damage to come out from EGM, but oh, no. His timing is perfect. His timing is absolutely perfect.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
The courier goes down, the bottle is stuck on top of the tier 1 tower. What a rotation from EGM. A simple movement. You could have looked at it and said he's just wasting a little bit of time. And now the Harpy as well. Man, Bulba's day just got so much worse. Like, so much worse so quickly. And EGM, he's bringing 3 of himself towards this top lane. Now, TC's connected on an arrow on Loader, but Loader, he doesn't really care right now. A Nightmare will land to prep for Concoction. So this will be what it is. Yep, Concoction, Nightmare. Now, TC must remain. And this Concoction is going to last a very, very long time, which means TC leaps away, but Bane's got so many of himself that EGM now is a second kill. So as we're always used to when it comes to EGM, money, 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 money makes the world go around. Yep, that kind of thing. Farming it up, be it gold from creeps or be it gold from hero kills, and this Harpy is just making life so difficult for Bulba. He's being imprisoned up. He's down at 195 mana. Regeneration rune is there. He can't even kill off the Harpy because it just keels over because it's basically timed life. It's like watching a fruit fly try and live a long and happy existence. Now EGM's rotating back and down again towards the middle lane. Another rune to be taken. While bottom lane, Chen, always talked about way too sexy. He's just not as effective in the early stages of the game as like a rotation from an Enchantress or something like that. At the same time, RK hasn't really stopped that. RK is moving through the jungle at a rate which is a level faster than the Chen. Now, this is something too which I almost want to refer to something, and I know I kind of refer to this, but it's a legitimate source. I think it's definitely a legitimate source. That Puppy always says that the fastest way... Oh, not again. Not again. This is a combination which is almost scarier than that of the normal Mirana Bane kind of like combination. Now Mirana's out. Bane has no vision around the corner. Actually, no, yeah, he does. Now the creep wave's down there, he does have vision of that. Yeah. And I'm kind of waiting for him to try and kill him. Like, all he needs is the Nightmare, but this is the range of the Nightmare. This is the reason why he needs TC to be in a little bit closer, and TC instantly leaps. Instantly leaps. He knows if he sticks around, he's dead. Yeah, but the thing I was going to say is, Enchantress, there's a debate, and I know Nahaz and I have debated this one as well as far as stats go for the fastest jungler. Yeah, but the discussion was who was the fastest jungler. And Puppy still says, no matter what, the Enchantress is the fastest jungler in the game. And that's just because she can control a full army of creeps. You do Wild Wing, you stack out camps and you do the Wild Wing tornadoes. Enigma is incapable of this kind of burst, kind of farm. So the potential for the fastest farmer inside the jungle belongs to the Enchantress. And RK is doing it perfectly now. Level 4.5 already. Chen's still a level behind. He's doing the Wild Wing tornado farm, but it's not with a stack. It's just a set of trolls which are dying right now. And speaking of farm, we're now 4 minutes in and Hand of Midas rushed on Loader. The farm will never cease for this guy. And this is something which is almost very reminiscent of the Doombringer play, which we saw at DreamHack, where you just had Funnick come out of absolutely nowhere with this Doombringer. He was, of course, using Devour as well as the Hand of Midas, so it was a double source of income. And in this case, it's also very similar. Like, Loader hasn't gone high levels up in the Greevil's Greed. Right now, he's only got the 3 points up in the Acid Spray and the 1 point up in the Unstable Concoction. So, he's not getting a huge amount of bonus money, but it's a small amount here and there. Almost, I'm not going to say it's similar to a Devour level, but it's still something. It's a double source of income. And with that, that means new items can be coming up a lot faster than what TC's capable of getting. And TC so far, he's 9 for 3 up against this Alchemist. Initially, he got harassed. He's been forced to leap back. He obviously died once as well because of the Bane initiation. And now finally he can get a little bit more... well, he's already got the experience. He just doesn't have much more. Smoke gank, rotating bottom lane. A little bit later than 3.5 minutes I was talking about. In fact, it's going to come at 6 minutes. But it's looking for the offlaner, Admiral Bulldog. In the meantime, top lane will die. But we'll stick with Admiral Bulldog's death now. My bad. And Admiral Bulldog... phase wits. He's going to get away. He's actually going to escape from this one. And not only escape, he's going to snipe out the Invis rune as well. I think he's leaving it here for S4. Yeah, S4's got one of his illusions down here at the moment. The bottom lane's trying to push out. So they're going to use the March and the Machines as cover fire. There's 3 levels up in this one. But you also notice too the build is coming up from RK. He's gone Hand of Midas to start with. Now, we're not looking at a rushed mech. Now, S4, I want to see if he's the man that builds into the mech in this scenario, or if it is, at the end of the day, still going to be the Enchantress. Because I'm feeling, right now, we're going to have Loader, who's now got phase boost up and running. So he's got his at least his damage outputs increased up a little bit. But a primary thing for him is going to be becoming so tanky that nobody can kill him. And this means heart-style build. It may even mean, I don't know if up against this lineup if you really want to go into a Vanguard, even though like it was changed for the best recently. But just having this bonus money on Loader, he can build into very, very tanky items. And I'm thinking Satanic as well as, not Satanic, I'm thinking Vanguard. I am thinking Heart as well as AC is where I want to go with that. S4 is dead. He might drop the ulti off here. No. Shatter Blast, Centaur Stomp, oh, RK. Impetus goes to work. Enchant on TC. And TC's got himself a leap, which he will use. Goes up the hill. But that just became a trade-off. RK just got himself a solo kill. The experience worth as well on a Beastmaster in the middle lane. He lost his OD, never a great thing. And OD, I hate you. Three-handed minus. RK just got stunned up. That's a good stun. But at the same time, with Admiral Bulldog just coming in at the right time as well, and they pick off the Mirana, the arrow almost becomes like a consolation prize. It's the box of chocolates you get after going on Wheel of Fortune. And really then you're asking for the Wheel of Fortune board game. You just don't get what you want.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it's 5-1 now. Bulba returns towards the middle lane. At least he's got a Roar, but he's used it once to initiate, and he wasn't even alive to get the kill experience from that. That's something which just makes you cry. The good thing right now is the fact that Tinker's got so much farm. He's got BTs up already, so we're 7 minutes in and BTs are here. Now, this build is definitely a risky one for Quotefa, because he's only got 533 mana. Now, why it's risky is because you see how much mana he just used. That's a rearm, that's a Martial Machines, and he has to bottle again. So he can get two Martial Machines off with the rearm, and then BT back to base. That's basically the extent of what he can do. So until he gets a higher mana pool, or Soul Ring, so he can just have the extra bit, and in fact there's the Sage's Mask already, he can't really do much about anything. Like, it's just a quick TP out, and then it's a straight TP back. So it's not this never-ending Martial Machines everywhere across the map and initiation. Raw now top lane. There's already the TP coming in from the Tinker onto Loader. Luckily, he got the Chemical Rage off, and Admiral Bulldog pops the cogs off. Loader, no mana for a concoction right now. And inside the Martial Machines, no one really wants to stay close to that. But Loader's being saved by Admiral Bulldog's perfect rotation time. And this actually left Bane on this bottom lane, who now hits level 6. So you have a level 6 Bane on the field, who is also... Oh, come on! Boys! 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 Stop being greedy! EGM is going to fit... He can get this kill. He's going to Brain Zap level 3. He's actually going to kill off TC right now. Almost... Oh, no! Not enough damage. Just not enough damage. The arrow's going to fly up, but the creep wave will tank it for him. And RK's rotating down. He puts down the ward. He wants to see around the corner. He can pop this hand of minus 2 ways in the neighborhood. And he can solo kill Fluff and stuff. Fluff and stuff is thinking about the same thing. And... all we need right now is a hand of Master and Admiral Bulldog, and we'll have all 5 Alliance players walking around with Midas. Chem, he just saw him.
Top tower is under attack.
He just saw him. The Centaurs are around the corner. Even if Chen steals this, it's almost not even worth the mana he just had to use then, because the Centaur is going to time out. It's one of those things with, like, Enchantress can steal the creep from Chen, and she'll steal the creep with the bonus life points. But if Chen steals the creep from Enchantress, he takes the cooldown timer of the creep as well. It doesn't just live forever when Chen manages to persuade it to his side of the fight. So this is always the downside about being a Chen up against an Enchantress. Enchantress always seems to get the upper hand on the army, especially with her ability to create such an army. But this should be a rushed up Aghanim Scepter for RK. While EGM, well, picking up a hand of minus this early on is going to mean one of two things. Either he's going to look for immunity during the team fight, or looking at a mass amount of utility items. So we look at Urn or we look at BKB. If we get one of these beforehand, Bulba, oh, S4, he moved around, he moved back. That's what he said. Axe to fly, one attack. Beastmaster will take it. The rockets are also flying in from Tinker, but it was already too late. So S4 forces the rotation gank. He's the only one to die so far. But I'm still looking at an Alchemist free farming with yeah, you knew it. You freaking knew it was going to come. He's going hard. Bulba, dead. The Brain Sap did a lot of damage then, but it was RK's last impetus that he threw out. They got that kill. And on bottom lane, we get a full army. Double Centaurs, TC and Fluff and stuff. Fluff with only 1 point up in the Plague Ward. Put 3 points into the Gale instead. Arrow will connect on Loader, but Loader's also got Chemical Rage in 2 seconds time. I just have mana for it now. LOL. But S4 comes in to try and help him out. He's short because he threw the acid spray down. TC retreats back out to safety. And this really wasn't worth it for Team Liquid. At the bottom tower gets nice. They get a little bit of extra bonus gold, a little bit of extra map control. They force the rotation to come down from an Alchemist. So that's never a great thing. But it won't take long before Alchemist will TP back up towards the top lane. He's got 4 points as a spray as well as 4 points up in the Unstable Concoction and 2 points up in his ultimate. You know Loader is already looking to fight. He can't TP for another 16 seconds, obviously because he TP'd to the bottom lane. Are they grouping up around possibilities of Roshan? Trez now coming up from OD, it's going to be easier for him to survive, and they're going to go ganking with Arke. Intelligence Trez, obviously a key thing. Oh, they don't even go ganking. It is actually going to be Roshan. With the Alpha Wolf in here as well, the bonus damage is nice. 4 points Acid Spray and Untouchable. They don't even need any help in here. As long as there's still a couple of, like, he's got it, yeah, okay, there we go. He needed the Essence Aura to trigger again. It's getting pretty damn low. He's got to bottle up. He's out of it. But because Arke has got 3 points up and Untouchable, the attack slow of 90, Roshan's damage is negligible to nothing. S4 will take the Aegis to the Immortal. And Arke just prances himself away. He could have picked up a point booster from the side. But he's now up to 1,800 gold. And do we have that mech yet? Still haven't seen it. The 4 hands of Midases lining the inventories of Alliance. The Heart build coming up from the Alchemist. He needs more space. He also needs levels up in Greevil's Greed, which is the only thing he'll level up from now on, obviously, because he's maxed up everything else apart from the ultimate. Concoction going. Admiral Bulldog's about to hook shot in. Fluff and stuff. With the acid spray as well going down before the concoction's able to hit, you take so much damage. And then TP to the top lane. S4 comes in, attacking on Bulba. They're trying to send him back right now, and they need something more. Bulba, he's gonna... No, he's not! That timer must have been like .00000333333 recurring, of course, away from finishing. EGM actually just nukes down the creep too, so Tinker can't even TP in to this lane. It was the nuke that came out from EGM that allowed them to get that kill. They didn't have the OD ulti, they couldn't snap it off. If they use the imprisonment, then the Chen send back will still work. In fact, you actually protect them while you send them back. So Alliance able to pick off Bulba again. That's now his 3rd death after taking 1 kill. Top lane movement, Koitfer in the tree line. Bane has to back up. The army from Enchantress also is a little bit further back. He's about to lose one of his trolls. But had double imprisonment options. And who's moving down a little bit further? Damn you, Bulldog. He's not 700 gold from his Midas. He's going to go into drums and do a real build. Admiral Bulldog, he can hook shot in. He needs to see TC first, though. With the Illusion Rune, he's waiting for TC to leap himself away. That's meant to be the presence of Loader, or what the presence of Loader is meant to be doing here. But it's actually having an opposite effect. Liquid are bringing 3 players down this bottom lane. So Loader's going to run inside the jungle. TC, he got spotted, leaped away. But with the Moonlight Shadow, he's quite well protected. Admiral Bulldog's invis is about to wear off. Yeah, I think TC's realized something's wrong here. TC, wait, shit. What? Oh, he's blocked. He can't see out. I didn't realize that. I thought there's actually... It looks like there's a gap there. It looks like there's actually a gap to walk through this region here. But he had to TP out instead. Alright, I suppose considering how many hands of Masters we have, we should look at this. Woo! S4 going to be roared up. Venomancer oldie as well. He doesn't have 4-star. But he's got Aegis to the Immortal. He's already taking a lot of damage to Bulba. And support's coming in. Arcade's in the neighborhood, and they're blinking away. The arrow will actually be tanked up by the Hellbear Smasher, while Loader, well, he's found one, another leap away by TC. Well, that explains too. If TC only knew how close he was. Like, Admiral Bulldog was TPing out on his tippy toes. One arrow would have changed that and had to kill an Admiral Bulldog instantly. And not to be the case. So Tier 1 tower in the middle lane is now forfeit. This is the first tower that Alliance have been able to claim after they already had 2 of their towers go down beforehand. But Loader will take the last hit in this one.
Radiant's middle tower
And we
is
have
under
Loda
attack.
with... Okay, so we got a Vitality boost to tie him over. It's still the two items which I called before on Alchemist. He is going AC, and he is going to go into a heart. The Vitality boost will go into the heart later on, but he wants the AC for now. They've already got such a huge amount of negative armor which comes out. Like, it's armor reduction of 6 that comes out from the acid spray. If they even had a medallion on the side of this, then it'd already be crazy enough. But then you add on top of that the Assault Cuirass aura. Oh. Coit for with that Blink Dagger. Shift click for the win. Keep himself clear of S4's imprisonment, which could have put him in a very, very nasty position. But now S4's actually the one in a nasty position. Roared up, he's 4 stuff up. There's TP's coming. He's already dead. TP will be cancelled. They want to force this bottom lane out and take the tier 1 tower. And it looks like Loda's got his full AC coming down now on the courier. So this will be a tier 1 tower for a tier 2 tower. That's Tinker TPing in towards the top lane. Not to mention, again, it's OD on the sidelines. The only kills that Liquid have so far is all on the OD. TC looping himself away. Admiral Bulldog faked once, faked twice, and then he gets it on Mirana. Now the TP's coming towards the top lane. So Loda, AC, Acid Spray. No one's sticking around to fight this one up. Troll Trap will go, and Loda just hands a Mises down 1. It's the other downside about running a Chen. When you're up against... We're not looking at 5 hands of Mises. Clockwork. You didn't, did you? No, you didn't. He's going Blade Mail. With 4 hands of Mises, no matter how big Chen's army is, it will evaporate during the fight. Even if he takes one of the Enchantress creeps, Enchantress will just use the hand of Mises and basically show to traders what is done. But just the fact too that EGM is still running ahead of Midas, still getting more farm area in this middle lane. It's crazy. It's crazy how much farm he's got. This will be a BKB as well as the mech. Like I already talked about supporting items. He's the one that built the mech for the team. So Enchantress, who in 100 gold will have an Aghanim Scepter. The Arcane Boots are coming in from EGM. So we will go full support here. I still want to see the earn up on him, because he will be remaining rather close during these fights. And Alchemist actually going to bypass the heart. He's keeping it with a Vitality booster for now, obviously, because there's no reason to get rid of it. But it's going to build into a BKB. Now, BKB doesn't protect you completely from the March of the Machines, but it will protect you from Chen's nukes. It will protect you from Mirana arrows and starfalls. And to a point, I say to a point, Venomancer.
Radiant's top tower has
There are, of course,
fallen.
some things that slip through the cracks depending on timing. Back to the ancient farming as well. But the tier 1 tower's got taken out in the top lane. And as Loda keeps continuing on this fight, he's only just over 1,000 gold away from that full BKB. And with the Hand of Myers continuously running too, you know it's getting less and less. Way too sexy. Or Bulldog. They find one Alpha Wolf moving back, and sends it back. It's beautiful. Boom. Alpha Wolf feeling back at base. I'm still kind of sad that the showcase view is not available. It's kind of sad. Oh wait, wall? He's not going BKB. Loda's going Desolator. Man, he really is the man of negative armor. Allows him to push down towers a lot faster. Also means these heroes who are walking around, like we've got 7 armor up on a Beastmaster, we've got 3+8 on the Chen because of the mech. We've got Venomancer with 5, Tinker with 7, and Mirana with 9. The +3 coming out from the Ring of Basilius. So with all of that together, Loda then throws out Acid Spray, which is -6. The AC, which means the aura reduction, is already at 5. So you do your math for that one, obviously, 6 + 5, 11. And then you add a Desolator effect on top of that. Now, I'm going to get it 100% right here. So the armor reduction will, at the end of the day, be 7. You put all of that together, and you basically removed so much armor from Team Liquid without even having to focus them down with the Desolator. Arrow will connect on Bulldog, but Bulldog already put off the Blade Mail. It's only a matter of time before Venomancer will kill himself, and EGM has to walk back out of here. I think he was hoping to use his Hand of Myers on one of the creeps in the jungle. So he'll have to get it in the middle lane. Top lane's moving in. There's Harpies up on the side here, and Loda. Oh, you're in trouble, man. You're in a lot of trouble. The Tornado's a long way away from this fight, though, so he just keeps running himself away. He's still got a Hand of Mars, which hasn't been used, but he knows his Chemical Rage just wore off. And the Midnight Shadow, like Bulba's running as quickly as he possibly can, but he's not going to get himself in range to get that ulti off. The Roar will not be possible. And Koifa doesn't have a slow that he can use. Roar, instantly cancelling off this Fiend's Grip. Bulldog, ulti, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Cog's going to come up from the side. They're already attacking on Bulba. There's your Blade Mail down again. Chen's trying to send him back. And look at Bulldog. He's moving down so he can hook shot in. The Nightmare comes out from EGM as well. But this is... Oh, okay. And Cog, this is just possibly the worst, like, position for Way2 to be in. There is nothing he can do in this scenario. Meanwhile, we go back to the untouchable RK. Nobody wants to touch him, especially Roshan. It is the slowest motion fight you can ever have from Roshan. And S4 just keeps pounding away at him. The other great thing for RK is the fact that, like, okay, now there's an Aegis on the deck. This is meant to be for Loda, so RK's just protecting it. Loda's on his way down. He'll have to sell his Magic Wand for this, and that's no problem. But no one's moved in from Liquid just yet. But RK is now going to build into a rod of Atos as well, I assume. He could go a heart of his own, and then it really is almost impossible to kill an Enchantress. The second you attack him, you've got the Untouchable already kicking in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think the biggest problem right now for Alliance is finding creeps to keep on using their hand of Minuses on. EGM's back at base, on cooldown. Middle lane push from Liquid. This is an all or nothing right now. They've got to realize they're so far behind in this game that there's just nothing else they can do bar 5-man push, try and force a fight and try and have it go their way. Tinker's going to split push it out. The other 4 have to stick together. But Alliance, they're ready for this. Nightmare over on TC, while Admiral Bulldog focuses on bringing down the champ, which will be successful at. Then the Fiend's Grip over onto TC. It's just one to the next. It was EGM who was up on the high ground throwing that one out. And Loda farms up the middle lane. He'll be ready to push this one out too. The top tier 2 tower might go down with the Tinker March Machine's TP in. But as long as Alliance open up the mid lane to push into the tier 3 tower in here, then they don't really care. Taking ranks right now is the most important thing. Loda's still like taking a lot of damage from this tower. And with the Enchantress heal, switch the aggro, man. Switch the aggro. That was March of the Machines as well as tower attack damage. RK wants to keep you alive. He doesn't want you to waste your Aegis of the Immortal. So there goes the tier 2 tower. And it's a trade-off as we said before. Beastmaster, almost with enough money to finish up an Aghanim Scepter. So at least then they'll have a really long-range initiation roar. Makes it a lot harder for Alliance to push up towards the high ground. But at the same time, they've got so much money. We've got Blink Dagger on EGM for initiation. That's why he can move himself into such a great position before. Loda is now, like, what is his gold per minute? His gold per minute is 691. It's already looking pretty damn great. Bulba, now the Roar, no Chemical Rage up and running. So Aegis Immortal should trigger here, or should it? Arrow flies in, it doesn't connect. Instead, we just see the Aegis Immortal trigger. But Loda doesn't lose his money here. And the Aegis Immortal, it had actually a long time left on it. There's only 2 minutes through the Aegis Immortal. Already will deny the mid tier 1 tower. So at least Lick will get some kind of map control around Roshan, but they still haven't taken out the tier 2 towers. Whoop, Bulldog having a fish. Looks like he's also going to go for Lincoln's Sphere. So trying to protect his carries now. Considering Alchemist didn't build into a BKB here, he may still do it. We already saw Loda bypass his heart before. I think he's realizing too that without the Chemical Rage, he's in a lot of trouble without having the heart. The other option is he tries to go into the armlet. With having a level 3 ultimate, his health regeneration is completely ridiculous. Oh, ho, ho, ho. March to the Sheets. I like this little hawk position. Just TPs into it. It's invis, so nobody knows. Blinks himself up. Is this going to be the Reaver? It's the Reaver. And looks like too, S4 has managed to complete up a... Yeah, he's got a full sight device. Courier, going to be a little bit more careful. Moran Oldie going to be triggered. Who are they looking for? They found Bulldog. Bulldog's still got his Blade Mail, and he'll want to turn on this one. The cogs go down, so Liquid can't follow him out. If someone's close enough, he can hook shot himself away, but it's already too late. Arrow will fly up, and EGM will take it to the face. He gets the mech charge up. It's a little bit too late now. He's going to Nightmare himself for a possibility of a denial. Ah, he tried it. Morano's going to take the mecha kill streak of 701 gold. So 2 euros for Alliance get picked off. And this is the first big problem Alliance have had in the map so far. Oh, chat trivia.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Amongst those with 15 or more appearances, which hero has the highest win percentage in 6.79 pro matches? Way Too Sexy won't be one of them. Obviously, because he's not a hero too. Fluff and stuff. Oh, man. Destroyed once. No new concoction. But we have a buffed up Alchemist. He doesn't want to get in too close. In fact, they want to retreat themselves off. S4, hexed up, roared up, and in comes Alchemist. Concoction still hasn't started up. He's just been stunned up for the moment. Odie imprisons himself up. A loader. He's got to throw the stun. He's got to throw it now. Odie throws out his ulti, and now the stun's over on Tinker. And Loader just opens up a cannon. Whoop ass. S4. He will go down. The Bulba coming in close. But it cost a buyback as well. Tinker has just done that. So 4 heroes from Liquid on the sidelines after that. 1 with the buyback. While RK is just pushing out this bottom lane. 3,200 gold for him now. There's the full heart for Loader coming out in the courier. I thought for a moment he would go the armlet, but it's also a little bit too late for the armlet. It's all about next level items now. Abyssal Blade's probably going to be his next big one. That way he can get a straight up bash. Admiral Bulldog. Is this really going to be a Lincoln Sphere from him as well? Because I would have just expected him to go the Aghanims. Just basically jump, 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 jump. RK's almost killed off this tier 2 tower. Got some help, of course, from the creep wave, but with the Hand of Midas as well as an enchant possibility. Just Hand of Midas one, enchant the other, and take the tower. But maybe he wants the money for it.
Radiant's bottom
money for
tower
killing off the
is under
creeps.
attack.
Arrows flying in. RK going to move up a little bit higher, which would be okay with. Clockwork still in the neighborhood, so TC shows himself here. But Admiral Bulldog's backing himself up. Enchantress now has enough money for the full heart. There's S4 finally. That was on the courier before. It just took forever to fly out to him. But that'll be his scythe device. EGM blinks over. I think now he might realize that something is wrong. Loader's already in chemical rage. Problem for him, it's going to... Oh, no. Wrong hero to TP onto. It was on the bird. Loader now can get himself a double stun with his concoction. He wants to get fluffed and stuff. He needs one beacon close. Kuiper. There it goes. Bounces up and hits Kuiper. Bane will take a fall right now. But S4's on the way in. 4-star Finn. There's the Hex on Kuiper. No ulti available for S4, but you're seeing that bonus damage coming out from S4 already. Way 2. Spotted with the rocket. Just in the tree line. So they imprison him up. There is a concoction available here from Loader, but the problem is they need to be able to see Way Too Sexy before they can kill him. The Mirana ulti is still keeping him protected. A little bit further down, Admiral Bulldog, rockets again. Another TP onto a Hawk, which will not be successful. Fiend's Grip goes on Bulba, but the arrow will free him from it. EGM's done up for a long time. Admiral Bulldog now just putting down the cogs as well as the Blade Mail, almost asking them to attack him as he hook shots himself into Kuiper. S4 being bumped around a hell of a lot. No ultimate left, just no ultimate up just yet. There's still another 10 seconds away. As Veil of Discord finished up for the Venomancer. I just said Alchemist on himself, yeah, inside the tree line. Top tier 2 tower. S4 will now try and push this one out. And there was another buyback coming out during that period. It was coming out from the Bane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So actually a buyback from Bane just to die again. Not really what he had in mind. But the tier 2 tower is now going to go down in favor of the Alliance.
Radiant's top tower
And their advantage is just stretching further and further. I've been purposefully not showing this just so we could all remain a little bit more optimistic about the life universe and everything. Courier's on the way down. So now Loader has his own Blade Mail. This is something which, well, this is a flashback to about a year ago. Almost a year and a half ago, maybe, I think it was. Where's best the highest win rate? Thought that would actually be dropping of recent times. Yeah. But this is something which Alliance did. They were the first... I'm not going to say they were the first team ever to do this, because they weren't. But they're definitely one of the teams which in Dota 2 really showed... Oh, Courier, movement speed, it's got enough. Oh, no, that's it. The Courier should have died from that. Yep, the attack flew through. S4's already popped off the ulti. Fluff for stuff, going to get hooked out. Gets one ulti off before death. But the rest of Liquid escaped with smoke. They ran straight up the lane. The attack from Enchantress was going to hit. With the Alchemist now with a full heart. With Enchantress with a full heart. We've got so much tank between both RK as well as Loader. They just need one creep to go high ground. And then they'll take out this tier 3 tower. Movement's coming back from Bulba, so they know they're not inside the base to fight. In fact, Bulba, now he'll use his TP scroll. It's like an arrow was able to connect, but there's a Fiend's Grip on TC. They've already lost their Mirana. Buyback is not available for him either. And when you look at negative 12 armor on the tower, 4 stuff in from S4 and Koifa, he's dead already. Imprisonment, Bulldog's going to come in, Bulba, he's locked inside with the cogs. They've lost too many here. This will be at least 2 Raxes. At least 2 Raxes, and maybe even the GG call out from Liquid, depending on how far they want to push this.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
And they're going to look in towards, well, cleaning up the buildings for now. But Alliance have this game quite firmly by the testicles. There's your Lincoln Sphere finally completed up on Admiral Bulldog. So he's got some kind of protection. Beastmaster will buy back. I said at least 2 because they still don't have the Tinker or the Mirana. With 3 cores down, you can't defend Rax. Their only chance is defending the tier 3 tower, the tier 3 tower on the bottom and the Rax on the bottom lane. That's their only chance because Mirana respawns up in 2 seconds time. Another answer spray you know is going to be coming out from Loader in just a moment. So if they do want to try and fight this Liquid, they'll have to go directly into the negative armor. But it's already too late for it. They now are up against Mega Creeps again. Just like game number 2. Clockwork hooks into the entire base. Roar up at Admiral Bulldog. At least they're able to pull him away with it. Well, actually, no, they imprison him up first. And now he can walk himself away. But Alliance with the Mega Creeps. All lanes will be pushing in. There's one hero who hasn't even come back into the fight. It's just hiding in the tree line as Chen. He doesn't need to come back to base right now. Even if he does, he'll just die. Fluff and stuff. Nightmare protect him from RK's Impetus. And load up Concoction. Throw it. Hand of God keeps Fluff and stuff alive through that one. Loader being Dagon. Arrows now being soaked up by Necro units. And now Enchantress. You see the range of that Aghanim Scepter? There's just no way to really survive from something that can be thrown at that kind of range. Loader. Lol. Locked in by Admiral Bulldog. S4 will at least save him here. Because they know all he needs is a little bit of time just for that heart to kick in. And now Koi for the Oldie will drop Bulba. At least able to get one roar off. Axes, he got the kill. He got revenge on Admiral Bulldog, but S4's farming him inside the base. Nightmare will save a little bit of time, and now Loader will actually tank up the tower. Nightmare, lol! Salomo's face to get his teammate kill. Away 2 TP's back in again. He was looking for the end nuke on S4 to get the kill. But this is GG, peoples. This is GG. It just hasn't been called by a Team Liquid yet. With their entire team down, the tier 4 tower's now gone. Mega Creep's already entering the base now too. This will be the Rax. This will be the final thing. The Fortress taking a fall. An Alliance going 3-0 into the grand final here of the Dota 2 Championship League. A lot of money up for grabs. The first prize is $25,000 plus the percentage. It's 25% of the ticket revenue will be added to the prize pool. So that's what the bonus, I'm not quite sure about what's going to be there yet. But this is Alliance who has gone, well, at this point, actually undefeated. For the record, they have played 4 best-of-1s during the group stage, where they went 4-0 through that one. So not a single game dropped, and now with a direct path into the semifinals, they have a 3-0 win. So not a single game lost throughout the entirety of the D2CL. And the D2CL, you can imagine right now, you just played 4 best-of-1s and 1 best-of-3, and they have a guaranteed $15,000 prize money. So congratulations to them, and plus, of course, the share from the ticket sales. So big props to Alliance. We'll see them in the grand final. We'll still have to see the boys in the lower part of the bracket battle it up, and that's going to be Sigma and Na'Vi will be the next game to be scheduled, and then the winner of that will play up against Speed Gaming. So there's still 3 games left to be played here in the D2CL, and that'll be played up hopefully shortly. I don't think there's any other games scheduled for this week, as we are all off to EMS this weekend. Of course, you can follow me and what I'm doing over there over at TobiWan Dota on both Twitter as well as Facebook. So hopefully you follow me over there. I try and keep it interesting for my followers too. So it's not just where I am and what I'm doing, but any kind of fun stuff which appears in the Dota community, I try and put up over there too. So we can share the love, people. We can share the love. For now, though, thanks for watching. I'm going to go Greek Capitalist as he just arrived here in Germany. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you here next time on the D2CL stream.